Hi everyone and welcome to Mrs. D. Today I'm going to take you through how you can make and design your very own children's book. Now this is one here that I've made and honestly it's just come through the post and I am so excited about it. I just wanted to show you how you can design some of your very own pages. So if I just give you a quick flick through, as you can see, so we've got good artwork. I mean, literally to me, if I'd ordered this for my children, I would have been so happy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you through the process of how you can create and design some of your pages. I'll take you through perhaps the cover and 1 or 2 pages inside of the book. Now, if you're interested on how you upload this onto Amazon KDP, then I will link some of my previous videos below and that will take you through that entire process. Today, I am going to be using Canva to design these books and I will also leave a link below to that. You can get 30 days free pro trial. I did use Pro for this entire book and honestly it was so worth it. You can however get really free graphics and images through their free mode. So you don't necessarily need to pay in order to get yourselves a great book. So let's jump right in. I'm going to set up the computer now and I will meet you there. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to firstly take you through building up your cover. Type in here, search for a book cover, or just here it's actually given me the option. So I'm going to go create blank. I am going to resize that. And I'm going to go for inches. So Rivers Wild Adventures was an 8.5 by 8.5 inch book. So 8.5 plus 8.5 is 17, but then I have to add on the margins. So I'm going to set that to 17.3 and the top is going to be 9 inches. So top to bottom. And basically what this is going to allow me to do is to use the whole cover. So that's going to copy and resize now. As I said, I pretty much entirely use Canva Pro. However, you don't need to. Okay, so what we'll do, I'm just going to pop on all my margins, rulers and guides so that I can see print blade. And previously on my other KDP videos, I have used BookBolt to format that together. And you can still absolutely do a book like this within BookBolt and you can use their images. However, for the type of book that I am making, I found that the images here just suited my book slightly better. So what we're going to do is first of all, start off with the title. So I'm going to go to text. So I'm going to imagine that this is a sequel to Rivers Wild Adventures. So to write Rivers Wild Adventures, I'm going to click in here to add a heading. I'm going to click Rivers and then I'm going to go Adventures. I'm just basically looking at the book just to make sure that I'm kind of keeping it. There we go. Intro Rust is what I used. And then add another heading. And then this one here is going to say wild. And now I'm going to change that into this play script. So simply, so that's my halfway line there. So I'm going to come over here, keep that nice and central. So Rivers Wild Adventures, I think I will go straight on that. And then I'll play about with font colour and things in a little bit. So I will put in a subheading as well. So I'm going to call this one Christmas Escape. And I'm going to change that. So again, keeping with the Jurassic Land theme, I'm going to call this Christmas Escape. just stretch this out and pull this down. There we go. So yep, that looks good. Now I'm going to go over to my elements and I'm going to have a look for a Christmas scene. Something that would be kind of in keeping with the theme of the book. Maybe something just like this actually. That's really lovely. And then I'm going to stretch that out. Put that across. Beautiful. That's really good. So now we're going to change this writing to, I think maybe white. So my colours there. Let's see. Yeah, that pops a lot more. Christmas Escape is kind of, maybe that can go to a Christmassy red. No. Maybe that comes down, Christmas Escape. Yeah, so that looks good. And then what we will do is we will go into elements and we will have a look for a Christmas boy. I'm just going to add that in because that is really nice. And that kind of goes with the aesthetic. So I'm going to pop that on the back cover. And this here, so as you can see, these I am using largely the Pro, okay? Like I say, it doesn't mean that you have to, but it is just what I'm doing, okay? I am finding that I am more drawn to the Pro pictures. Let me just see if I can find maybe a nice snowman. Snowman. So again, it kind of needs to fit in. So this guy here definitely is fitting in. Look at him, he's so sweet. So I think he will become a little character in my book. Let's see if we can find a Christmas villain, maybe a Grinch type character. But again, so what is really important in order to keep your book looking really professional is that when you're choosing your pictures, that you're choosing ones that are going to suit your book's aesthetic. There's no point in putting in now this little dog. As cute as he doesn't fit in with how the tale would go. So I don't actually have any design experience, and that's why Canva is such a great tool for designing your covers and things, because it just makes it so easy to find images that are kind of in keeping with each other. So I've chosen this little reindeer over here. I'm not sure what that is or where that came from, but I'll take that out. And what I think I'm going to have him do is, I think the reindeer is going to be the villain. Actually, I'll take that out. And he's going to be kind of running into things, knocking things over. Christmas tree. So again, I'm trying to find a tree of a similar aesthetic. And Canva just has so many different options. What I'm doing is just simply playing around with the angles of things. I'm going to bring him forward so that he's over the tree. The snowman's now going to come up over here, looking on. Christmas. I'm going to call that the naughty reindeer. So as you can see, I am literally coming up with the ideas as we're going through, so they will develop and things. But what I might do is use that to do the back writing on. So now I'm going to go text. We're going to go add a text box. And River, save Christmas before the naughty reindeer ruins it for everyone. Now I'm just playing about with the cover, so making sure that the text can be read, making sure that the cover kind of gives a bit of a snapshot of what the story is about. And then I'm going to just bring the snowman forward. Bring forward. There we go. And then he can just put in there. And then I'll bring the text box over, I think, slightly. There we go. And that's it. That is my Christmas book cover. It looks really Christmassy. It looks really festive. I'd be happy to buy something like that for my children at Christmas, put it perhaps in their Christmas Eve box so that we've got a story to read on Christmas Eve. And then what I would do with that, I'll just show you, is I would go to share, download, and then I would download this as a PDF, and it says there best for printing, and that then comes out as an RGB, which is exactly the same as what we do on BookBolt, and I would then download that. Done. So next up, I would then design an inside page, and I would basically go through exactly the same process, obviously creating the story as I go, really. I have basically an idea in my mind of what I want the story to be about. So I've decided from the pictures that I found that I want the story to be about a reindeer that's a bit naughty, he's getting into a bit of mischief, and he may possibly ruin Christmas for people. So, you know, he might be knocking over a Christmas tree this time, he might be then tangled up in the Christmas lights and kind of following through, and River trying to chase up to basically save Christmas and help the reindeer because perhaps the reindeer doesn't realise what he's doing. Anyway, storyline, plot lines, do whatever you want to do. And this can be done for, this is more of a children's book, ages maybe 3 to 7, 3 to 6, that kind of age. You could perhaps go down the road of a toddler book whereby, you know, you've simply got a couple of pictures per page. So let me show you something along those lines that you can do. So this would now be an internal page. So that's all saved, and now I'm going to go create new design, custom size. The width for this one, so because we're creating page by page, is going to be 8.75 by 8.75, and then I just need to change that to inches. Oh, let's convert to it. So change it to inches first, and then go 8.75 to 8.75, create new design. And there we go. So now we've got our nice square page. So if I was perhaps to create a book for a toddler, I would firstly keep maybe the colours quite bright, quite cheerful. So if I go something like that, we're going to go for a square in the background. let's perhaps go for a nice bright blue to start with. And then I'm going to go to my elements, and let's say we're just teaching some basic words. So let's go for a ball that's going to stand out on this page. Other things. Right, let's go for the white and blue football. So I could literally do something like that, go into my text, add a heading, change that to ball, make that bigger. Bring that down. And basically, I don't know how well you can see this, but there's kind of dotted lines around the outside, and you want to try and keep your work inside of those lines. I'm going to go for the intro rust again so that it's nice and bold, and that basically will stop your work from getting cut off. So there you go. So you could go ball there. Next page. If again we create the square, now going for a different colour, let's perhaps go for a pink page now, and we could say maybe a cat. Oh, back to elements, sorry, and then a cat. So something that's going to stand out on the page, maybe something like this guy or girl. And then going in here, I'm going to text, type in cat. Make that a bit bigger. And then I'm just going to change the writing back to the rust. And you can see straight away, like, how nice does that look? These pages are popping out. They're really colourful. They're really beautiful. And you can go through and just create simple books like that for toddlers. Don't stress yourself out about it, but just try and find some nice images, things like that. Pop them up. You do need to make sure that all of your uploads are search engine optimized on Amazon. If you don't do that, if you don't do keyword research, then you will find that your books will not be discovered. So it's really important that you go through and do that first. Okay, so again, what I would then do is I would then come and share, download in exactly the same way. I would change that to the PDF once again, and then I would simply download that. Then I would head over onto my Amazon KDP, hit create, and as in my other videos, as I said before, I will link them down below so that you've got those. You can then follow through on that process on the other two. I won't do it again just because it takes quite a long time and I haven't created a full book here. Okay, but I really hope that you've enjoyed that tutorial of how to make some picture books on Canva. You can obviously go more into detail with them, spend some time on them. I think particularly for your children's books, I wouldn't just wing it. I would take a bit of time, develop a story so that then you're finding pictures that suit that. If you can't find the pictures that suit you, if you're creative, you can actually illustrate and design pictures yourself. If you're perhaps not so creative, you can go onto a website such as Fiverr and you can actually pay for an illustrator, and you basically tell them your concept, try and match up with someone that, you know, suits your aesthetic, suits how you want the book to look. And I think you'll be surprised it is cheaper than you would imagine. So it's worth checking that out and having a look. Now, thank you so much for joining me here today. I cannot wait to see you again next time. I really hope that you're enjoying these videos. I am just about to start my Etsy store as well. I'm just trying to basically generate some passive income. Please don't forget to like and subscribe and leave comments below. Also, remember to turn on your notifications so that you know when my next video is out. Thank you so much, everyone, and I will see you all next time. Bye!